Have you felt it? You walk into an electronics store here in India and you just get this feeling. That laptop you need for college, the phone you've been eyeing for an upgrade, everything just feels a bit pricier. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not your imagination. Something big is happening under the hood of the global tech industry, and it all starts with a tiny component most of us never even think about.
Okay, let's just start right here. Look at this. Over 85,000 rupees for a high-end RAM kit. I mean, come on, that's more than a lot of high-end graphics cards. This isn't just some small price bump. This is a full-on shock to the system. And you know what? It's a symptom of a much, much bigger global problem, one that's hitting us here in India especially hard.
So, that really gets us to the big question, doesn't it? For years, it felt like building a great PC was getting easier, more affordable. And now, all of a sudden, it feels like we're going backwards. So why? Why has this become such a luxury item? Well, let's break it down.
All right, first things first. To understand that crazy price tag, we have to look at the invisible ingredient at the heart of all this. And I'm talking about RAM, random access memory. You can think of it as the super fast workbench for pretty much every single digital device you own.
And this is where the story really begins. Over the last few years, the biggest companies on the planet have been pouring just unbelievable, insane amounts of money into one thing: AI. We're talking a full-blown technological gold rush. And that gold rush has completely rewired the priorities for the entire global electronics supply chain.
I love this analogy because it nails it. It's perfect. In any gold rush, you need the tools to dig for gold, right? You need the shovels. Well, in the AI gold rush, high-performance memory, that's the shovel. And absolutely everyone, from Google to Microsoft to OpenAI, they're all desperately trying to buy up every single shovel they can find.
But here's the twist. Not all RAM is created equal. The specific kind of memory these AI giants are fighting over is a super specialized, super profitable product. And their insane demand for it is causing a massive headache for, well, the rest of us.
So we need to talk about these three letters. HBM, high bandwidth memory. Now this is not the RAM stick you'd snap into your gaming PC's motherboard. No way. This is the fancy stuff, the premium gear. It's a bunch of memory chips stacked on top of each other, designed to sit right next to a power-hungry AI chip. It's ridiculously fast, super complex to manufacture, and, this is the key, it's incredibly profitable for the companies that make it.
Now pay close attention to that last row on the slide. This right here is the whole story. The super specialized HBM for AI and the normal DDR5 RAM that goes into our laptops and PCs, they're both made in the exact same factories. It is a complete zero-sum game. Every single piece of silicon used to make that high-profit HBM is a piece of silicon that cannot be used to make the RAM for your next computer.
So who's calling the shots? Well, it's a very, very small club. The entire world's supply of memory is basically run by just a handful of companies. As you can see here, just three giants: Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. They control over 90% of the entire market. So when they decide it's way more profitable to make shovels for the AI gold rush, everyone else feels the squeeze.
And that decision, made in just a few boardrooms, creates a massive global problem. This obsession with feeding the AI boom isn't some abstract industry news. It's creating a very real ripple effect that's jacking up prices and limiting the supply of gadgets for regular people, everywhere.
And the list of what's getting hit, I mean, look at it. It's basically everything. The laptop you need for work, the phone in your pocket, the PlayStation your kids are begging for, even things like TVs and some hard drives are feeling the pinch because they all need some kind of memory that comes from that same very limited pool of supply.
Now, this thing didn't just happen overnight, but wow, it escalated fast. Late 2025, Micron, one of the big three, basically says we're done with the consumer market, we're all in on AI. A few months later, you have reports coming out of South Korea calling tech executives DRAM beggars because they're so desperate for supply. And now? Well, now the big PC brands are raising their prices, and the forecast says these shortages could last for years.
Okay, so that's the global story. But let's bring it back home. Why does it feel like this squeeze is even tighter, even more painful, right here in India? Well, it turns out there are a few local reasons that basically pour fuel on this global fire.
I like to call this the India amplification effect. See, since we import most of these components, any price hike overseas hits us directly. Then, because our local supply chains have limited stock, when things get scarce, prices can just go crazy overnight.
Then you throw in the fluctuating rupee, plus all the different distributors who add their cut along the way, and suddenly a 10% price increase globally feels like 20 or 30% by the time it gets to you and me. And you can see the results of this on store shelves right now. In a time when 16 gigs of RAM should be the bare minimum, we're seeing big brands pushing 8-gigabyte laptops again. It feels like we're going backwards. People trying to build a PC on a budget are being forced to use older, slower technology. This holds back students, creators, small businesses, everyone who needs affordable, modern tech to get ahead.
But it's not all doom and gloom. Amid all this challenge, there's actually a huge development happening right here on our soil, one that hopes to slowly but surely change this story of dependency.
So Micron has opened a massive new facility in Gujarat. Now, it's really important to understand exactly what this plan does. It's what's called an ATMP facility. So it takes the finished silicon wafers, the brains, from factories overseas, and then it does all the crucial final steps, the assembly, the testing, the packaging, right here in India. It's a huge, huge step in building our own semiconductor ecosystem.
So here's the crucial takeaway. While this new facility is an absolutely fantastic strategic move for India's future, no doubt about it, it is not a magic wand. It's not a button we can press to make RAM cheap again tomorrow. The real bottleneck, the actual making of the silicon wafers, that still happens overseas. This is a long-term play, not a short-term fix. So, where does all of this leave us? Well, it puts us at a pretty complex and fascinating crossroads. The world is changing, and India's place in it is changing too. It's a strange position to be in, isn't it? On one hand, you have 1 billion of us who need and want technology, and we're getting hit hard by this affordability crisis. But on the other hand, with moves like this Micron facility, we are slowly becoming a bigger piece of the puzzle, a key player in the very supply chain that's causing all the pressure. It's a really interesting tension.
Which leaves us with one last big question to think about. As the tech titans of the world wage this epic war for AI supremacy, a war that's fueled by hoarding the world's memory supply, is the cost of that war making the digital dream of affordable, powerful technology just a little bit more expensive, a little more out of reach for the average Indian student, creator, or family? That's something we're all going to have to watch very, very closely.